Welcome to another edition of Transform Your Life. In today's episode, I want to focus on Valentine's Day, which is why I'm dressed in red. And if you happen to be seeing this episode in the month of February, well, it'll have even more meaning for you. Otherwise, whenever you're watching this, it'll give you maybe a new way to think about Valentine's Day. I want to start off by saying, for people who are newly in love, it can be a very special day of celebration. And likewise, for those people who have been in a healthy relationship for many years, it can also be a wonderful day to honor that and celebrate that relationship. But as a licensed mental health therapist of over 30 years, who I've been working with couples and individuals, I've come to see February 14th from a slightly different viewpoint, and I thought it's worth talking about. As all special occasions in this culture, we earmark particular months by the holidays that are represented in them. And for the month of February, in this culture, Valentine's Day is right up there at the top of the list. So because of that, marketers, commercialism, advertisers, everything's focusing and pointing you to go out and buy flowers, chocolates, cards, gifts. But that's true for every holiday in this commercial society in America. So there's nothing really new there. But I wanted to focus this episode on talking about the emotional effects that Valentine's Day has on millions of people, giving you maybe a more realistic viewpoint to view this particular holiday. So due to the vast amount of attention that is paid to the celebration of Valentine's Day, the day of Valentine's Day, unfortunately, has been perpetuating a myth. And the myth is that it is always preferable to be in an intimate paired relationship than it is to be single. And this is simply not true. And what this myth has done is perpetuated that those people who are single are therefore something's wrong with them. Nobody wants them for some reason in a relationship. They're less than in some respects. It's crazy. And this is especially true for women. The other thing I want to say is this myth can be it's so powerful that it makes people choose to either get in a relationship way too early or stay in a relationship way too long just for the purpose of being paired, even if the relationship is toxic or emotionally unhealthy. And this has been especially true for women, as for centuries and centuries, male-defined society has dictated the message that a woman is not really complete unless she is married to a man and has children. And it has kept women emotionally enslaved for centuries. So let's talk about the good news. The good news is that this unhealthy myth has been slowly eroding. And this is evidenced by the fact that research now shows that more and more women than ever before are choosing not to partner up. They're choosing to be single and live their own life. They're choosing not to turn their life over to any other person. They're choosing their own space, their own career, and their own independence. Hooray! Hooray that this change is now being reflected, even in Valentine's Day, by the new designation of having Palentine's Day. This is wonderful. This is when single women or women, even if they're partnered, but women invite their best female friends out for a meal on Valentine's Day. And this is remarkably happy. I'm happy to hear this. It's a wonderful change, very healthy. And this change has been brought about by women claiming their own power. Wonderful for them, so much more healthy, and so much more healthy for society as a whole. So I want to applaud you. I want to applaud any of you, no matter what your gender is, what your sexual identity is, what your gender identity is, that are choosing to honor yourself on Valentine's Day and all the time by not choosing to be paired up and buy into the myth that you have to be paired with someone as a partner in order to be healthy and happy. It's simply not true. And I also want to remind everyone that even in a relationship is only as healthy as the two individuals that make up that relationship. So if you are single, I encourage you to really celebrate this holiday, either alone or with your friends, because it can really be something significant if we celebrate it for the right reasons. And I encourage you to celebrate it as a day of celebrating love, all kinds of love. And remember that friendship, love, is the bedrock of any healthy relationship on earth. So don't buy into the standard Valentine's Day myth. Instead, celebrate love, and that includes self-love. Honor yourself, appreciate yourself, honor your friends, celebrate the love you have for your friends and that they have for you. Celebrate the love you have for your pets and that they have for you. And I think if we do this, if we really focus on just celebrating love on Valentine's Day and not buy into the myth of discarding singledom and looking down upon that as opposed to being paired up, I think society is going to be better off. I think we're all individually going to be much healthier and happier. And I think February 14th can therefore be a special and significant day for everyone. I'll see you next time.